Good evening, AOBE members, BISD employees, and Brownsville. This is Veronica Borrego, your AOBE president. And right here next to me, I have the beautiful Miss Ida, our AOBE staff, our Vanna White.
Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's doing good tonight. And we are counting down to...
We're counting the days down for...
We're counting down the hours, girl. We are to that point, to Christmas.
The seconds for our break. We need it. We are all in need of a wonderful long break.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, Ms. Ida. It's been a week.
It's been a few bad months.
Yes, it's been months. You're right. It's been months, but I think that where a lot of us are feeling it because we're so close to being able to have a break, that it's more like, it just becomes more, I don't know. I can't even describe it, but I'm glad that we have the opportunity to be on tonight to be able to get some information out there and before we go on our break.
And to have some good conversations. We're hoping quite a bit of people can log on today and give us some feedback as to what's going on out there. We like to stay connected to our members and hear what's going on because that's our frontline communication there. That's the only way we're going to know what is going on. And it's just so important to do that. So, you're on a safe place here, and hopefully you can share input as to what you're experiencing at your campus or at your workplace, what you've seen, and that's the best way to be able to get something done about the issues that we have going on out there. So hopefully we can get some good conversations going on. Hi, Miss Boz. Hi.
I finalized my grades the other day. I need to finalize arts. That's what I'm going to do when we get out of here.
Those grades, I have heard some crazy stories about that. I've heard teachers that were up all night grading because the assignments were not due, finals were not due until last night at 11:59. The assignments were open up until that time, and then they had to turn in grades by 10 in the morning. So there were some teachers, quite a bit of teachers that were up all night without any sleep. So my goodness, much respects to all those people and dedicated employees here. So we thank you for everything that you're doing, and we're hoping that in these 2 weeks you're able to get a little bit of a break. So but we're here to have a good conversation, talk about different issues, talk about the COVID flow chart and your concerns on that, and to give away some nice good door prizes, which are some gift cards. We're going to do them virtually. So it's important for you to have gotten the link that was texted out earlier, like about 30 minutes before the show. It has there for where you're able to put your information, okay? And it's important to follow everything on there. It's a few quick questions and the link where you're able to email the governor, okay? Once you do that, we get the confirmation and we are going to enter you onto the wheel, that wheel with the door prizes. So
the wheel of fortune that Miss Ida is the Vanna White for.
That's right. So you want to talk a little bit, Vero, about what that letter is to the governor, what that is about?
So basically that letter, what it is saying is, and let me hide the comments and then I'll go back to them. Basically the letter is requesting that the governor stop pushing the districts around and being a bully. And what he's doing is he's bullying using funds. And that letter is to request that cease and desist, and that schools be allowed to use the attendance from last school year, so that it does not affect our funds for this school year. And that is mainly because a lot of campuses, not all, but a lot of campuses have seen a decline in attendance and in enrollment. And so we just want to make sure that we have that we do not get funds taken away from us, because we are in a pandemic and there is a reason that those numbers have gone down. And so this is to contact the governor. And when you click on the link, it basically writes the letter for you, and you just fill out your information. It doesn't take much more than maybe like 2 minutes. And it's an automated letter that is sent to the governor with your name on it. Um, and it just basically, it just says that, that he needs to stop pushing us around and bullying us and threatening us with money, and leave us with the count that we had from last year.
Now, Vero, is it possible for you to bring it up so you can fill it out really quick so you can show them how easy it is?
Yeah, let me bring it up. Let me text it. Let me text it to myself so I can bring it up like that. Hold on.
Okay. It's on the...
If I do it through the ours, it won't do it. So
okay.
Let me send it to myself.
So you have to go through the entire process in order to be registered for these door prizes. So don't forget the door prizes that we have. We are giving away some HEB gift cards and some Amazon cards. We're going to be giving away a total of 3 $100 gift cards. We're going to be giving away 5 $50 gift cards and 2 $25 gift cards. So hopefully you will win some of those. And we will be giving them out virtually. So that's why it's important to put your correct number. One time that we did some gift cards, it was a little difficult to track down some of the people because it didn't let us click on the name that is on the screen. So it was hard to get to the people. So that's why this time we are asking for a phone number so we can contact you probably tomorrow, because I don't think we will be able to do it tonight. But it's, you see, Erica said, done, super easy. It's very easy to do.
Very easy. So let me share my screen. And I'm going to try to get out of my text before you guys can read all my text messages.
The door.
All right. Oh, it's not getting out of there. Okay. Let me share it. Let me just share it where it takes you to.
You can just go type on the website. Type.
It's right here. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah. Yes.
You see these crazies behind me misbehaving? Settle down, Molly. All right. So once you click on the link in the text message, it's going to take you to this page. And you're going to scroll down. And it talks about our holiday, our gift cards that we're going to be giving out. You can see them so right. Okay. And then you're going to fill out your information. Right.
Now, keep in mind the door prizes, the gift cards are for the members. So you can still do the letter to the governor, but the gift cards are going to be, we will verify membership on it. So hopefully you're a member, but if not, you can always register.
So I'm going to click right here. This is the link that takes you to the letter. So I'm going to click on it. Can you see the TSTA, Ida?
No, it cannot.
Okay, hold on. it doesn't switch you to the other screen. So
Yeah, you have to move.
you see that?
Yes.
All right. So I've already sent this, so I hope it doesn't like kick it back. I don't think it will. So I'm going to enter my name. And then I click start writing.
See, and this is what's so good, that it already has a sample letter for you. So you could just have to fill in the prefix right there.
Yeah, see, so it says welcome back. I already did it. So I hope it doesn't like kick me out or whatever. So I'm going to click on that. My topic is public education. And then see the letters already right here. And all I have to do is click send letter. I hope it doesn't kick it. Thanks for your support. It didn't do anything. So perfect. You could send more than one then.
Awesome. That's good to know.
So it didn't take me but maybe 2 minutes, if that. And I'm already done.
Yep.
Now, of course, you can share it on your Facebook. It gives you the option here to share it on your Facebook and have more people sign it or email it to a friend. But it does less than 2 minutes to get it done. So it was pretty simple.
So once that is done, you finish the survey, you click submit, that you have completed the letter to the governor, and then we get to verify that, and you get entered into the drawing. So to kick it off, you want to start it off with a drawing?
Sure.
Okay, so we are going to do, we're going to start with the $25 gift card. Let's write it down. You're going to have to bring on the wheel and let's see if this works.
The wheel's not there yet, Miss Ida. I see a ceiling fan.
Oh dear. Okay. Let me see. Let's put the wheel on there. Maybe answer a few questions.
Sure. All right. News on possibly going 100 distance learning when schools go back in January after the holidays. We don't have any news yet. We do know that Mr. Ruben Cortez spearheaded all of the superintendent's signatures for a delay in the start. And that was in a news conference. So we're very thankful for that he has been pushing really hard. And it was a letter that all the superintendents in Region 1 signed for the extension for when we come back, to give us extra weeks so that we do not have to return right away. But we don't have a for sure yet. Good evening, Ms. Ramirez. Thank you so much. Does 100% distance learning for students also mean that teachers get to teach from home as well? So that was, there's still a question on that, Snoopy, because from what I understood in the, it was a press conference. I added it to our Facebook page a couple of days ago. In the press conference, it did say that there would still be, it would almost be like a phase thing. And so it would be allowed for some teachers to be working from home, depending on if there was kids in the classroom or different things like that. There's going to be different stipulations. So it's just depending on what comes out of from there. Okay. You're on mute, Ida.
Do you see the wheel now?
No.
No?
Wait. I think it's coming. Hold on. No, it's not coming up yet.
No.
After grading all day, I'm just waking up from a nap. Oof, lucky you. Coco says hi, guys.
Okay, check again. Sorry.
I don't. It's just a blank. There's nothing there. It's loading.
Gotta love that internet.
Good evening, ladies. Good evening, Miss Barbosa. Hello, Miss Casanova. Awesome, Mr. Castro. Thank you so much. And share it with your family and friends. Remember, you can do it more than once. Super easy. Yes, Miss Casanova. Super easy. Done. Thank you, Miss Mungia. Miss Mungia Zunica. Ethan, he unplugged my charger.
I don't know why it's not showing.
Oh, it's up. It's up. It's up.
Okay, here we go.
Did it and shared it on Facebook. Thank you, Mr. Castro.
Awesome, David.
All right.
Okay, so the first one that we're going to do is we're going to do the $25 HEB card. So all the names have been there. We have over 150 names that have been filling this out right now. So go ahead and let's spin the wheel. Let's see. We'll see the name at the end. So there's a little bit of a delay and it's going to spin now.
I love it. What do you have in your mouth?
There we go. Maribel.
Ooh, it didn't even spin. Maribel Buenrostro. Congratulations, Maribel Buenrostro.
It's because of the delay.
I know it's okay. It's all right.
Okay. And now we're going to do another one for the $25 Amazon gift card.
Yeah.
So spin it again.
Just in time for Christmas.
That's right.
Yes, it's spinning. Yay! Bernardo Macias. Bernardo Macias.
Macias. All right.
Congratulations and thank you for signing.
All right. So you want to go on to the next topic or do you want to do a few more?
Let me get into a little bit further here and see. Mr. Castro did it and shared it on Facebook. Thank you. Hello, ladies. Done. Just sent it out. Thank you, Ms. Ramirez. Christy Ortega, check. She did it. Done. It is fairly easy. I even added another paragraph with my own sentiments. Oh my God.
Awesome.
That is perfect, Ms. Paz, and I'm going to tell you why. Because that makes it more personal and it makes it to where they know that it is actually different people that are sending it out and the issues that people are dealing with, they need to know. They need to hear that. My wife and I both did ours. Thank you, Mr. Villarreal. Do
Awesome.
we have to create an account? No. You just
you don't have to.
No. Done. Can you confirm you received it? Virginia Ramirez. We'll check, Virginia.
Yes, I'll check right now.
Done. Mazariegos. Thank you. Barbosa. Done. And shared. Excellent. Sent to. Thank you, Ms. Ramirez. Do we have to be present in the show to win for the drawings? Ida. No, right?
No, you do not.
Oh, what happened? I lost the one I was on. There we go.
Virginia, we did get yours, Virginia. Thank you.
Thank you, Virginia. Done, Ms. Rodea. I think I sent 2. Sorry. Do not apologize. We'll take as many as you put. Hi, ladies. Hello, Yvonne. Hi. So what happens when the employees' kids that are sent home due to that were sent home because of a positive at their campus? Can the parent be allowed to work from home? Can we check on that?
Can we check on that? So the parent, the student was sent home positive, and the parent works at the school district.
The student is at a different campus.
Okay.
And was sent home because somebody was positive at their campus. Can the parent of that child who works at a different campus work from home?
That is a unique situation. And on that one, I have not come across that because what they have told me is if you as an employee were exposed at the workplace, you are entitled to the 3-day incubation period. And if you need longer because you're positive or whatever the case, that's where it falls into the 10 days. but that is a unique situation. We can check into that, Ms. Barbosa, and get back to you on that.
Hi, good evening, ladies. Thank you for everything you do for us. Thank you, Ms. Herrera. Maria Perez, done. Lisa Herrera, I mean, hi. Share. Thank you, Ms. Mazariegos. Congratulations, Maribel Buenrostro. Yes. Thank you, Miss Betty. I hope I'm on there. I signed.
Let me check.
Thank you, Ms. Otolino. Thank you so much. Herrera, done. I added my own paragraph as well. Perfect.
Awesome.
Miss Abete, done. Josefina Ledesma, done. Perfect. Veronica Castro, done. Very easy. Shared on Facebook. Veronica Matocaya, thank you. Is it the letter to the governor? Yes, it's a letter that's going to go straight to the governor. Norma Jean Canales, what if I did the survey a week ago and posted it? Do it again, Miss Canales. Thank you for watching. Can you confirm my entry? Internet issues, Maria Perez.
Maria Perez.
Buenrostro, thank you. And Letty.
I don't see Miss what was it, Nubello? I don't see her.
It's Violet Nebula, but that's not her name.
Oh,
Nebula, yeah. She Miss Nebula, can you send us the name that we would be looking for? Because so this is her name for Facebook, but that's not her name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a different name. Lucero Martinez, yes. Oh, Lucero Martinez, yes. Yes, Lucero. That's her name, Ida. Lucero Martinez.
Okay.
And Leticia Delgado, if we can check if she's there. Leticia Delgado.
Leticia, yes, I see hers. And Martinez, yes.
Perfect. So you guys are there. Awesome. And just so you know, as we are doing this, and as people are submitting, Ida has an excellent co-host in the background adding names to the wheel, so we're not missing anybody.
Absolutely. He's excellent and handsome.
Nereida Mesa is Lisette Herrera. Can we check if she got there? Nereida Mesa.
Okay, Guadalupe Martinez, we've gotten several. Okay. Mesa, yes.
Okay, and an Angel Lopez.
Lopez. Yes. Okay, so let's continue on the I'm sure on the names are pretty much coming through because he's uploading onto the wheel straight off of the Excel sheet. So I'm sure as long as you're clicking submit, then it's coming through. Now keep in mind, the point of this is to write the letter to the governor, okay? Because I do see some that are coming through that they don't want to send the letter to the governor. And it's important to do this. Now, you know, we would like to have the conversation as to why you don't want to write that letter to the governor, because, you know, especially if you have children in the public schools or working in public schools, this is something that you really should take part of. So it's important because it's going to impact all public schools across the state if they don't take appropriate action on this. So the ones who are putting, I mean, it's very few that are saying no, don't want to submit the letter. I'd be interested to know why, as to why. So, you know, just curious on that.
Yeah. A question, Ida, do they have to fill out the letter to the governor for them to be on the list?
Do they have to submit the letter? Yes, they do. Now, so that was one of the things that I mentioned, like right before the show. Right now, we are taking them at their word. I cannot verify if they submitted the letter to the governor. Tomorrow, we get to verify. Today, we only get to see who is submitting their names. But tomorrow I get to verify if the names are there and they did submit it to the governor. So,
Yeah.
And tomorrow we will give out the rest of the prizes, the gift cards. So you have up until tomorrow to do it, but it doesn't take very long. You can do it while we are here right now.
Yeah, it takes less than 2 minutes.
Yes. So if we want to continue,
Yeah.
we can have a conversation on the PPE at the campuses and departments. I believe everyone is aware that you received your little box at the beginning of the school year, and that little box was supposed to be replenished like at the end of the month or the following month. And according to what we've heard from different teachers and employees out there is that they have not replenished your PPE. So, in fact, I just got a message that, what was it? Let me see. I couldn't believe what they were saying, that custodians are wearing trash bags to go in to disinfect classrooms today. That is ridiculous. For them to have to be going in there to disinfect with that, after we've heard that they have ordered hundreds of thousands of dollars in PPE. So we need to know where this is going on. And but besides that, also you need to make sure to be taking the appropriate steps in requesting additional PPE, because I'm not saying that you're going to blame the principals. It's not their fault. They're working with what they have been given. But if you submit your letter to your principal or your immediate supervisor, you can do what your first step in requesting your PPE. So we want you to submit that letter and let them know, hey, I'm already out of gloves, I'm out of Lysol spray, whatever it is that you're out of, you request that. And now you have your documentation. And if they don't listen to you or they don't respond, let us know. We will take action and we'll say, hey, there's been documentation on this. They've already requested it, because that's what they're telling us. Oh, well, no, we have the warehouse full of PPE. It's there for the campuses. So we're hearing two different stories. So we need for you guys to be requesting it in writing to your immediate supervisor, and then let us know if after that they're not getting that equipment to you. Because I mean, this is ridiculous that for custodians to be disinfecting classrooms wearing trash bags. So I mean, please let us know if you're experiencing anything like that. Vero, have you seen anything like that?
I have not seen trash bags on custodians. I did read a comment here that says something about, let me find this one right here. The box was only for teachers, counselors, admins, etc. Did not get it. That is, I think, is true. And we only got one box. For example, if there's multiple individuals in the classroom, there was only one box given per class. And it was one hand sanitizer, one pack of wipes, a roll of brown paper towels, the 3 cloth masks, and the shield. And that was for the classroom. It didn't really look, it was not per individual, it didn't seem. So I'm not sure if a lot of us went and bought out our own PPE, our sprays and sanitizers and masks and different things. So I'm not sure where or how we're supposed to get more if really there's nowhere that tells me where I'm supposed to ask for it.
Yeah. Well, and that's what we asked, and that's where they were saying that, oh, well, they just have to ask their immediate supervisor, and the immediate supervisor should be able to replenish their PPE.
And
And
where is that money supposed to come from?
that's the thing that I did mention. Hey, they're telling these principals that they have to take it from their campus budget, which is almost impossible. I mean, they take budget cuts every year. So it is not fair for them to have to move around their campus funding to order additional PPE, when this is what a lot of this different funding that came from the state was for. So we need to know if there is campuses out there that are not providing the appropriate PPE for you. And especially since the superintendent is requiring for all these people to be at the workplace, even if you don't have any students, then they need to provide all of the appropriate PPE for you. And having custodians wearing trash bags is not acceptable.
No, I mean, of course, that's not acceptable at all. And the thing with the masks, Ida, is that the masks that were given to us are like t-shirt material,
Yeah.
and the box had 3, so that's not even enough for one a day. It is not what is recommended by the CDC that we use, right, to keep us safe. And I mean, it's they're not going to replenish those either.
Yeah.
Like,
No, they're not.
I don't know.
Again, it goes back to, if you would let some of these people that can work remotely, if they don't have any students, then you wouldn't have to be providing PPE for them, because they would be working remotely and you could be able to supply enough to everybody else. So, I mean, something has got to be straightened out here, because you cannot have all these people there and not be providing them appropriate PPE. So if they say the warehouse is stocked, then they need to get it out to where it needs to be. But I'm wondering on that, the ones who are using trash bags to go and disinfect the classrooms, if they're having to wear the trash bags, I wonder, have they requested it? What did their immediate supervisor say on this? Because that's something that we're definitely gonna look into.
Yeah, I do know also. I have heard also that they're at one of the, or at least at one of the campuses that we got a call from, the hand sanitizers ran out. And like at our campus, they installed the little dispensers on the walls, and so the kids can walk into the cafeteria with the dispenser and put hand sanitizer on their hands. That those were removed at some campus.
Really?
Yeah, we need to fact check that, but um maybe because there isn't sanitizers to refill them.
Wow.
I don't
Oh
know.
my goodness.
We need to fact check that and see.
Okay. So yeah, no, it's important that they do send, like I said, the proper steps is you have to send them an email to let them know. So you are officially reporting it. You are letting them know that you are out of whatever it is you might be out of, and that you're needing some. So they cannot say that they haven't been told. One thing that we are seeing a lot of is, when it comes right down to it, people are denying a lot of things. They're saying they were never informed that they needed this or that or whatever. So if you have the email where you're sending it to them, it's that simple. And I know there's a lot of people who do not want to request that. And there's no reason for you all to be afraid of it. I mean, this is your right. We're dealing with a pandemic, and it's your right to request that. You want to be able to work in under safe conditions. So you do what you need to do, but submit that email, and then let's see what happens. If they do not take action, then so we can go ahead and take that further.
Yep. Also,
that is so true. On that last message that just popped up, I'm sorry,
I don't know.
I saw that where it says that teachers. That is so true. It's common sense. And I cannot believe that teachers would, with everything else that they have on their plate, I cannot believe that they would have to be going through something like this, such as asking for them to replenish their PPE. That should be an automatic. They should know. But some of these things, it's amazing what some of this top administration, and again, I'm not blaming these principals. I think it's very clear who I blame, and I blame it straight at the top. And by the top, I mean the superintendent. So I got an email. Oh, cool. Yeah, you'll get a confirmation email thanking you for writing that letter. So that is awesome.
So that's your confirmation that it went through.
And you can continue to send one. You can go back to that same site and send additional emails.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, of course, PPE is going to be a big deal. It will always be a big deal because we need to, as long as we are being required to report to the workplace, PPE is going to be required. I mean, that's the bottom line. I don't know if anybody watched the meeting on what day was it, Ida? Tuesday? The special call meeting?
Oh, the board meeting?
Yeah.
There's been meetings every single day. So which one are you talking about?
And the one where they not the like a board meeting, not the special one, not the other
the
one.
one where everyone
Like not the insurance
virtual?
and all that. Yes.
Yeah, Tuesday. That one was Tuesday where everybody went virtual.
Yes. So I found it very interesting that the week before it was attempted to be removed completely, and then we ended up in a meeting with everybody virtual and only the board members in the boardroom. Now, there was a question posed on I'm here. There's a lot of comments, so I can't find which one it is, but asking if warehouse or main office or different places have desk shields and different things. So I'm wondering if main office has more PPE than the schools do.
It's very possible. I mean, let's be real here. They're going to take care of their own first, and because what I've seen is, for example, the last show or the previous one before that, where they were asking for the shields, what do you call those?
The desk shield, the plexiglass.
Yeah, the plexiglass. So they were asking for that at the secondary, at the middle school, and at the high school. Mm-hmm. So I remember I made my notes the following day, followed up on it, spoke to some of the board members, and they looked into it and checked that the extra ones that they had at the elementary level, if they could send it over to the secondary level. Okay. And they said that yes, all they had to do was go ahead and for them to request it. Like if I'm at the middle school, I just send an email to my principal and let them know that I am requesting plexiglass for myself, and they're supposed to provide it to them. Well, it's not being done. So I think like a lot of these things, I'm sure, as we've seen with this administration, that, and by administration, I'm not saying your AAs, I'm not saying your campus principal. I'm saying the 2 deputies and the superintendent. Okay, guys. They'll tell these board members these things, and yes, we're going to do that, but there's no follow through in it. So if that's the case, we need to know. So I don't think, because I did check with some of the ones that I remembered that had texted me or had messaged me that they wanted the plexiglass. I checked, hey, did y'all get plexiglass? Nope, it didn't. So, again, if you're asking and you're needing plexiglass, please email your principal. If not, let us know. But we did ask, is there a way? Why do they have to ask for that? Why don't they tell them at these principal meetings, hey, we have additional plexiglass, let us know, we can send it, how many do you want? and so on and so forth. Let's be proactive. Let's
So,
try to be one step ahead.
so here's what I'm going to tell you about that. I'm an elementary teacher in a resource classroom. The elementaries were not provided plexiglass for the special ed classrooms like mine.
Yeah.
And they were not provided plexiglass for the music teacher. They were not provided plexiglass for the librarians. So they really don't have extras. Because in essence, the students that are not there, they're pulling the plexiglasses from the ones that are not face to face to put them in the other classrooms that were not provided with plexiglass, because they were not provided plexiglass per classroom. They were provided plexiglass per student. But students travel across the campus, either to resource, to library, to music, to art, to whatever, and those different classrooms were not given plexiglass.
Put your phone on silent.
It's not my phone, it's my computer, and I don't know how to turn it off.
Oh, okay. I was like, is this really loud? I know. I got a message to silent my. So, yeah. So that's probably why the elementary campuses aren't giving any up. So, yeah, that's very interesting. To know that. And I think I'm going to follow up tomorrow on that. I'm going to make a note that they're still not getting out there to the secondary level. The bottom line is they just need to order more. My thing is, if this superintendent wants everybody to be in a classroom, even when you don't have students, then you need to make sure that they have everything that they need to work in a safe environment. So if the elementary is using theirs, great. If they're using it and sending it to the resource classrooms, which they should have already been provided, if all elementary campuses were supposed to have some, then they should have provided it to begin with. But if they're using it, that's fine. But then they need to provide it in the secondary level. Then if not, if you cannot provide it for everyone, then what do you need to do? Let's see how we can continue and have these people working remotely. But because some people are very stubborn and they want it their way and they don't want to hear anything else, they're going to want everybody in the classroom no matter what.
Yep.
So he's going to have to find a way. So, but yeah, is there anything else though? Any other PPE where you guys have been requesting PPE and you're not receiving it? Please do let us know. Do you have any idea what chemicals being used to disinfect classrooms? We do not actually on that one. I would hope it is more than just Lysol spray.
Well, I can tell you that the spray that we were given was like a Lysol spray. I went out and I bought bleach and other stuff. I have hand sanitizer that my husband brings me from his job. The Tito's hand sanitizer. I use that as well. I have the Lysol spray. So I have several things that I use every time my students rotate in and out of my classroom. I disinfect as they leave. But as far as what is being provided by the district to, say, the custodians, all we know is that they're using the 360 machine. And, well, when they have the chemical to use the 360 machine, it's a specific chemical. And I don't know what that is.
Yeah. That's the thing, that they've changed it so much and they keep everyone in the dark about it, because when the chemicals for the 360 machine was out and was on back order, they had to switch to something else, and then they weren't even using the 360 machine for quite some time because all of that was on back order. So you just don't even know anymore what is being provided to them, and that's really scary. I mean, especially, I lost any confidence I could have had in the district, in the top administration. Again, I always go back to that. When they had expired hand sanitizers, when they allowed for that to be out there and they didn't pick it up immediately, even after it was pointed out to them. I lost any confidence in them providing or having safety, completely in mind for all the employees. So that's sad to say, but I mean, my goodness.
So Ida and I had this conversation the other day, Lucy, and my question was the same. Why can't OSHA get involved? And it specifically states OSHA cannot get involved in the business or anything like that in public schools. So we have to reach out to TEA. That is our contact. OSHA will not get involved with public schools.
Exactly, and that's why we do have it on our website, where you can report it to TEA.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like she says, OSHA does not oversee the public schools, but TEA does. So it tells you on our website exactly the steps and where you go to submit a official complaint. If you see wrongdoing, you report it to TEA. If the district is not doing what they need to do, then you have the right to report that. Okay. And we have done that. We have tried in certain cases to give the district the opportunity to correct some of the wrongdoing. And if they don't, then we do what we need to do. And we're going to support our members in that process as well. So, it's the same thing on what Lizette is saying there. She called OSHA and they say the same thing. You have to call TEA.
Yes.
And believe me, I'm not that happy with TEA at times either, because they take a very long time.
I'm just wondering if the process would be sped up if there were more calls.
Probably. If they had quite a bit of calls from Brownsville, it would be a red flag. And believe me, there is quite a bit. But we need to do more. We need to call and report more of these things, such as these custodians that are cleaning classrooms wearing trash bags. I will definitely be in contact with that person so that can be reported, because that is not safe.
No, it's not at all. Doesn't OSHA oversee business? It oversees businesses, but it does not get involved with public education. So that OSHA is not an option for us. It is to protect employees in hazardous places outside of public education.
Correct.
It will not get involved with anything that has to do with public schools. What was the health department doing at schools, and what can they do? They were doing walkthroughs and they were checking to make sure people had their masks on and that social distancing was being practiced. But what can they do, Ida?
They really cannot, but it does, it did help the campuses to try to make sure that they were, following all regulations and everything. But as far as the city cannot really cite them on anything, but it did help. It did help because it put them on alert, that they had to be careful on what they were doing. They pointed out certain things that they were doing wrong. I think a lot of the people just have that attitude of like, oh, okay, well, they're trying and stuff like that. But I think in certain places, I think we got to get a little bit more firm and hold people accountable if they're not practicing, complete safety protocols. I really do, because, this isn't brand new anymore. We've been in this quite some time. We should already have it a little bit more together than this. It has improved. I do see a lot more of the monitoring when you go to certain places. Right away, they do scan and take your temperature. You do see more people wearing masks. There are not that many people fighting up against it or like, oh my gosh. But my gosh, we've all been guilty of, getting off the car and going into a place and, oh, I forgot my mask and whatever and things like that. But you see more people complying with that.
Yeah.
But, I just think that we still need to be open-minded as to how we can improve it at every place. There's always going to be room for improvement. You can't take it personal.
No.
We're just trying to improve it and make it better so it can be safer. We need to be proactive in this. But, it's sad that the top administration here gets offended right away when you're trying to point out these things. And they're like, oh, it's not a big deal or whatever, and this and that. Guys, it's not personal. Just fix these things. Just listen to what people are telling you. And we're just trying to help them in that sense. But sometimes they get offended. So anyway, let's do some door prizes. Let's get this rolling here.
Yep. But read this real quick. Warehouse was out of lots of supplies. Everything is out of our campus budget. There you go. I asked for more wipes and was told there was no more by custodians.
Wow. What campus? Give us campuses, guys, on that, please. I know that some of the nurses had shared about wanting to get tested. If they could get tested on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis, because since they were having a lot more exposure, we did check, we recommended that, and they are going to start doing that, offering for the campus nurses to be tested regularly. So that is something to please be on the lookout for. I know another concern the nurses brought to us was about them being able to order from other companies because so many things are on back order. So that was also addressed, and they're looking at opening up that list of vendors where you guys can order your PPE or whatever it is that you need, because every campus nurse has a budget to work with. So they are working on opening up the vendor list of where you can order from. Okay, so please keep us posted if that doesn't come to be.
This is another one. As a paraprofessional, I did not get a box. I did make my request, but nothing happened.
Okay. Ms. Barbosa, what's your campus? So please let us know if you can enter that so we can make a note of that.
Counselors could get the PPE, but we had to request it by Mr. Haynes or Dr. Cantu. So here's my question, Ida. Who's telling you where, like I said before, we don't know who we're supposed to be asking.
No, and that's what's crazy. Wait until we get into the flow chart really quick. So that's why, because that was some stuff also that is like, okay, who told the employees this? How are they supposed to know? And that's what I want to know. When we get into the flow chart, the COVID flow chart, I want to see, were you guys informed about this?
Because this is a really good question. So then why do they tell us, and they do say this, that OSHA says we cannot have coffee makers in mini fridges?
They do say that? Wow. Well, and that's why, this is why you have to empower yourself and find out for yourself. When they come back, and when they come at you with a comment like that, that's where you tell them OSHA does not oversee the public schools. They can't use it just when it's convenient to them.
Yep. Anybody can make a complaint with TEA, Snoopy. Anybody can make it. It could be a community member. It could be a high school student. It could be anybody. Anybody can do it.
I mean, you if you don't have confidence in the district in reporting it to the auditor's office or something like that, then that's why you report it to TEA. Because let me tell you, I wouldn't have confidence just reporting it here, because I've seen it already too many times where the district is dragging their feet on investigations or things like that. And you know what? I mean, we're to the point that if we will follow protocol locally, but if we see that they're dragging a little bit, we have to report higher up. Yeah. So,
all right, I'm going to bring up the flow chart.
Let's do some prizes.
No? Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead. I'll leave it like that.
Well, you have to bring up the wheel, girl.
Oh God. Let me hide this. All right.
Okay, so now it's the $50 Amazon card.
Vanna White.
Spin it. Here we go.
Spin that wheel. Coco says, Spin that wheel. Ay, cochina.
So the $50 Amazon card goes to
Carlos
Garcia.
Garcia. Carlos Garcia.
Now, keep in mind, you guys have got to have put a valid cell number so we can contact you to get you this gift card. Okay, guys?
Mm-hmm.
So now we have another Amazon $50 card. Spin the wheel.
Man, those letters are so small.
I know. We got quite a bit today. And it is Victor Trevino.
Woo!
All right, Victor.
Victor's on here a lot. I see that name.
Yes. Okay. $50
nice.
HEB card.
Woo-hoo. Miss Ochoa. Griselda Ochoa. Let me look for your question. There's a long. Let me look for it. Griselda Ochoa.
$50 HEB goes to Adriana.
Adriana Morales. Woohoo!
Awesome. Okay, so let's do another $50 HEB card. Spin it. It's voice activated. Isn't that cool?
I love it. Miss Ochoa, can you post your question again? I can't find it. Miss Rodriguez. Melba Rivera. Woo!
Melba.
Miss Rodriguez, you get on the wheel by clicking on the link that was sent and signing and sending the letter to the governor.
The governor. Okay, so
right.
I know. I think it was when earlier when I asked you to go to the last question. I think that's when you skipped some. Sorry, Vero, that was on me.
I can't find it.
Okay,
but you can post it again, Miss Ochoa, so that we can answer the question.
Okay, so let's go to the flow chart, and we want to hear some of your feedback on this.
All right, let me take this off and let me share it now. There we go. Yes. All right. COVID-19 flow chart.
So this flow chart, okay, according to what I have heard, and I want to hear from you guys, it was revised on the 11th, okay? What we have heard is that some campuses are not being consistent on the flow chart, okay? So we want just to go over it and let you know the rights that you have. And if it's not being followed, what you can do. Okay, so we're going to do an example, okay? So are you going to be able to read that or no?
I can read it, yeah.
Okay. So if we have, let's say, okay, we have a teacher A at the campus.
No,
I don't like to put people's names for positive cases.
All right.
Superstitious, I don't know. So teacher A comes out positive at the campus, right? And so what do they do after that? Okay, so the teacher A is positive. Her immediate supervisor is supposed to give her a close contact form that they're supposed to fill out. Okay, this close contact form is where they list everybody that they've been in contact with. Okay, so they're going to put Mary, Lisa, and so on and so forth. Okay, they're supposed to remember who they've been in contact with. Okay, this is where we've complained about, they need to do a little bit better contact tracing, but this is what they're doing right now. I mentioned last time we like what Rivera High School is doing because they have
Miss Canales is on here.
Oh, yes, Ms. Canales is on here. That's right. So they have developed something at the campus. The district didn't do it. At the campus, they did it where they scan. The employees will scan when they go into a room, and they scan it, the QR code. And that way, if the teacher comes out positive, or somebody, for example, comes out positive in room 101, the principal is able to generate a list of everybody who has been into room 101. And that gives you already a base list to work off of. So I was pretty impressed with that. And we've mentioned it to several board members, and to see if that's something that they can maybe implement across the district. Now, yes, it doesn't mean that everybody is going to, be positive on there, because maybe when they were in there, the positive person wasn't in there, or whatever the case might be. But it gives you a base list to start working off of. But what they're doing right now, most campuses, is they ask the positive person in this scenario, it's teacher A, that has to create that close contact form. Okay, it has to create that list. So if you're on that list, okay, you automatically don't have to worry about what is on this flow chart. If you are on the close contact list, okay, the teacher listed you there, then automatically you have to go get tested. You get the 3 days of incubation, and you are able to work from home. So these days do not come out of your personal leave. Those are because you were exposed at work. Okay. Now, I'm curious to see, has this been explained to you guys, that you have this available to you? Because to my understanding, it was not explained. So I'm curious to see that. So if you're on that contact list, then automatically you're able to get those days, and you go and you get tested. You have the option if you want to get tested at the school district, or if you want to go to your own doctor or whatever it is. But you have to bring back test results. Okay. So let's say teacher A came out positive, but she didn't put you on that close contact list. You then have the right to go to your immediate supervisor and say, hey, I heard that somebody was positive here, blah, 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 or teacher A was positive, and I was speaking to her for quite a bit. Okay, then you start to go through this flow chart, and that's where you see where you fall. Okay, if it's going to be a yes, where you go towards to go and get tested, or the no's, and what you're just supposed to do. Okay, but either way, no matter what comes out of this flow chart, guys, if you feel you have been exposed, you have the right to go and request to go and get tested, because you felt you were exposed. If they are telling you no and they are denying that to you, you need to put it in writing. Put it in writing to your immediate supervisor. Copy us if you want at the AOBE advocate at Gmail. But you have the right to request to go and get tested, because you feel you were exposed because you were around teacher A in this scenario.
The thing is, Ida, that we are not told who teacher A is. We have to figure that out. So
exactly.
It's like, okay, there's people out on campus, and you're like, okay, I was standing near that one, but is it that one? I don't know if it's that one. Was it that one? Who is it? And of course they can't tell you because of HIPAA. But how do you know who teacher A is? You don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing also. So if you're not sure, because you're not on that contact list, you can just still request it. You can request to go and get tested, because it is a fine line. They don't have to disclose who. And that's where it gets complicated, and that's where all the rumors start taking off, because so-and-so, it was this one and that one and whatever. Hey, I would be requesting it to go. If you feel, and you know that there was a shutdown and whatever, or this and that, because you see, it all depends on who it is that came out positive. Where was this person? Was it if it's a campus administrator, well, there's going to be different protocols that are going to be followed because that campus administrator went to all these different rooms, was all over the campus. So it's different. Then you have your teachers that are outside and by the portables or whatever the case might be, and they don't enter the building. I mean, we've heard it from several teachers. I go straight from my vehicle to my room, from my room back to my vehicle, and I'm gone. So, depending on who it is that came out positive, they're going to have different protocols. But now it is in place where it has to be reported to the health department and to TEA. So, because supposedly all of them are doing that contact tracing. Okay. I don't know how the whole system works, but all of them will do the contact tracing. So you will get a call. Hey, you were exposed from by someone, blah, blah, blah. You need to come in and get tested. Okay. So I want to see, have you guys been seeing that out there? Is that what people have told you? Did your administrator tell you you're entitled to this? Were you denied the opportunity to go test? Did they tell you no, you weren't exposed and that's it, and go back to work? What was some situations that you guys have experienced out there? Please let us know. I hope you can share on here because this is what we were told. So
let me bring up Griselda's question before I lose it. I will be retiring on December this year, and after 18 years, BISD would not give me at least half of the retirement stipend, which would be $1,000 for half a year. According to HR, it's a retention stipend, so I did stay for one semester, yet I got nothing.
I would have to look into that because according to them, it's not a retirement stipend. It is because retirement stipends are illegal. So it is a planning stipend where
it's advance notice.
Yeah, it allows the district to be able to plan. Yeah, because of the advance notice, it allows them to plan for next year. So, but I mean, you do have to fall within the guidelines of the time frame for that.
Okay.
Are you looking for questions or what?
Yeah, I'm trying to I even lost the one that I just had up.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, so this PowerPoint was sent to us. It's a bit confusing. Oh, I can hear myself echo, Ida.
Close.
It's a bit confusing. So we did not have a training on it. I don't know if anybody else at any other campus has had a training on it.
On what?
On the flow chart.
Yeah, that's what I would like to know because to my understanding, they were supposed to train and go over the procedures. So please tell us, let us know if they did go over these procedures with you at your campus, or I'm interested to know if they were, if you guys requested this and was it denied to you?
The mini fridges were brought up because we were concerned about having to go to the lounge. If we don't have to go to the lounge, that is better for us. The response was that OSHA says no.
Okay, and now you can respond to that saying that OSHA does not oversee public schools. Now you're going really fast on these things. There was one about
it's congrats and thank you.
No, but there was one about okay, I forgot already. It's okay.
The problem is, what if the positive A forgets who she was in contact with? At least they need to give us the areas.
Absolutely, and that was my concern, and that's why and that's where I was saying that they need to have some better type of system, and that's why I like what Rivera is doing, where they have a list, because it's going to be impossible. I mean, look, I forgot from a few moments ago what the question was. You're going to forget. You're not going to know everybody you were in contact with. It's impossible. Come on, guys. So that's where we continue to pressure the district on that. But bottom line is, the question was that on this flow chart, it should be if you have a mask or you don't. It doesn't matter. If you were in contact with them, you were in contact with them. So that is where you make your request that you want to go and get tested. But you make your request in writing. You just tell them, I feel I was exposed and I want to go and get tested.
Mm-hmm.
And if your request gets denied, then that's where you let us know. If not exposed at work, then you don't qualify for those days. It has to be at work.
Saliva droplets can go through a mask. Yes. It has not been explained. Yeah, no, it hasn't. Okay. I was in contact with someone who had it and was asked who I came in contact with. I couldn't remember everyone I came in contact with, so that contact tracing is great. I was going to ask about those 3 days. Okay. Especially the thin white masks that they gave us. Yeah, it's like t-shirt material.
Yeah.
It has not. See, there's another one. It has not been explained.
Okay.
Ceci Santa Ana, exactly at what expense, life versus death? Only about the 10 COVID days. Okay. Oh, yes. But see, the 10 COVID days is totally different from this is a totally separate. This is a district flow chart. The COVID days were coming from the federal government. This is a district flow chart. So it's totally different. And the 10 COVID days were explained. We sent out a lot of flyers and different things, and we pushed for HR to make sure that they were making people aware of that.
Because they were not. They tried not to put it out there at the very beginning, and we pushed for that, and we told them how they were in violation of it, and that is why they were forced to explain the 10 COVID days that you're entitled to and your COVID FMLA and all of that. So this is what we're trying to do with this. We want to make sure it is explained to all the employees as far as what rights you have to go get tested, to be quarantined, and all these different things. So, it doesn't sound like it's been explained. And that's why we're going to go ahead and let them know that they need to explain it out there to all employees.
And my campus eat room has a QR code, and we need to scan it so they can keep track of any potential exposures.
You see, I wonder, that has to be at Rivera.
They are not disclosing such information. Everything is hush hush. That's right, Miss Ibarra.
Okay.
What about HIPAA? HIPAA does not allow for them to tell us who it is that is positive.
And actually, it's not really. It gets very technical on that. HIPAA really does not also fit into the school district, but TEA does have certain restrictions as far as what information can be given out, which is very similar to the HIPAA guidelines, but it's not actually HIPAA that oversees public schools either. But it's about the same guidelines, that you're not able to disclose certain information, which to me is ridiculous, because this is just a virus that is out there. It's not like it's anything to be embarrassed about. It's what's going to happen during a pandemic.
Yeah. Teachers just have to watch each other's back like we always do. Yeah.
That's right. Our
department was reported to HR because we were discussing who. Oh, yeah. So, okay. Yeah, you're going to get reported if they find out that you're talking about somebody that has it, or you're using their name or whatever.
Oh, okay. Like if you're gossiping about it or what?
Well, it's part of what they say is HIPAA.
Oh, okay.
The regulation that you shouldn't be discussing somebody else's medical issues or whatever.
Oh.
They cannot disclose. No, they can't.
Hmm.
Uh, yes, but what if the teachers were sent home and the kids too? But kids not on the contact list, I have to get out of my campus to go pick up my son, but not given the opportunity to work from home when my son's school sent everyone home. I had to put my absence for today and tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to ask on that one. How are they handling that one?
I am sure it is hard for them not to tell us also. Yeah. No, and it is. And it is because there are many administrators who actually care about their employees, and while they wish they could tell you because they know that you'll either keep your distance or whatever the case may be, it's they can't. So it's hard for them. I agree with you. And it's not defending you, it's a fact. There are administrators who really care and they wish they could tell you, but they just can't.
Yeah.
I'm retiring in June. Do I qualify for any money?
Yes, you do. You qualify if you're retiring. Go to HR website and download the forms that you need to fill out for that incentive. Okay, because they opened that window. I believe it's in December to, I think, maybe mid-January. I'm not sure on the timeline, but I know you have about a month and a half to fill it out, and you have to submit that in order to qualify for that incentive or pre-notice incentive.
Ample
And
notice.
there you go. And but it's a good amount of money for notifying them on time.
You're welcome, Ms. Ochoa. What are the requirements in order to be able to work asynchronous or not on campus?
What are the in order to work? Well, right now everybody's having to work from campus unless you have a. They have to meet some accommodations for you, and for that you have to have a lot of your documentation from your doctor's offices. Certain illnesses, if they put you at high risk, but it is very limited, the ones that they are approving. I'll be very honest. Yeah, so it's certain illnesses, and depending on what your job is, if they can accommodate you, we've gotten a few that have gone through, but we've gotten some that have been denied. So high risk pregnancies, it depends what it is that puts you at high risk, because sometimes they classify a lot of pregnancies high risk, and it really depends on what it is that the doctor puts on the forms for you. But
Yeah.
there is a process if you do have illnesses like that, where you're high risk to this virus. They can make accommodations for you to work remotely. You go and you request it through HR that you want a 504 meeting on there. It's
Yeah.
important that you don't disclose or say, oh, well, it's just I'm so nervous and I have a lot of anxiety, because that's going to be an automatic denial. Okay. You have to focus on what it is that the illness is, and why you are at high risk, and why you're able to do your work remotely at 100%. Okay. That the only issue is the exposure of being at the workplace. And that's why you can do your work remotely, and that's what you have to focus on. So, let me know. I can kind of give you a little bit more tips on what to say and what not to say on that for these meetings.
Yeah. So here I'm going to the blue box is very confusing. Now I know Ida and I have had conversations, and I tell her this flow chart is very confusing. So let's look at just the blue. Okay. Let me make it bigger so we can see just the blue. Can you see just the blue, Ida?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading a message.
Okay. So there's just the blue. Have you been, number one, directly exposed to infectious secretions, example being coughed on, or were you within 6 feet for a total of approximately 15 minutes throughout the course of a day? However, additional factors like case contact masking, ventilation, presence of dividers, and case symptomology may affect this determination. What?
Exactly. Uh, my opinion on that one is, they're just trying to say, oh, okay, to push everybody to be a no on that one. Bottom line, though, is if you feel you were exposed, you let them know you feel exposed and that you need to go get tested. Okay. Uh, if you feel you were exposed, I know. And like I said, it's a fine line. They cannot tell you who it is, but I kind of heard it was. And if they come back with, well, you're not on the close contact list, I feel I was exposed because I was talking to the person I heard is positive and stuff. So I am requesting to go and get tested. Mm-hmm. So you make that request, but you don't make the request verbally, guys. You have to put it in writing. You send it in an email so they can send you to go and get tested. Now, keep in mind, when that happens, that you are exposed, you qualify for the 3 days to work from home. Okay, guys?
Okay, so here's this, Ida. It does not say on here to work from home.
I know.
It says self-quarantine. And what is happening is people are being sent home. They are being forced to take the COVID leave. They're not being asked. They're not being told about the 3 days. They're not being, and because this hasn't really been explained to anybody, people are like calling HR and they're telling them you're taking the COVID leave. They're not even giving them they're telling them you're taking the COVID leave.
Again, on that one though, it comes back to it depends on their situation though. Everybody's situation is going to be different. There could be certain situations where they're having to take more days because they were being told to, or they had some positive cases there within. I know the situation you're talking about is like you had a whole grade level that had to be out. So it's very kind of like, incident, depending on the incident and who it is that came out positive and how much they were there and possibly exposed the other people, how long that they're going to have to be out.
So, but this flow chart doesn't say that.
Yeah, the flow chart doesn't say.
The flow chart automatically takes you from medium to high risk to the 3 days.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, I don't know if it's that they were trying to keep it cute on one sheet, but it's impossible to do that because it says nothing of the 3-day incubation period. And to me, that is very important because a lot of people, if they're not aware of it, they're going to get docked those days if they've already used their COVID days or whatever the case might be. It's different. Or, what if like, oh, I'm not going to go. She told me I didn't qualify for it, so I'm just going to call in sick so I can go and test on my own. That this is where it's important to know what are the steps and what you qualify for.
But even at that, Ida, look at this. If it's a yes, wash your hands, clean surfaces, remove the student or staff from the office or from campus, and then employee and student will begin self-quarantine and test 3 days after initial exposure. Okay. Then you go to low risk. Employees should wash their hands, clean surfaces, stay at work, and self-monitor. Then right here it says employees that do not meet the definition of close contact do not need to test. However, if employees, students experience symptoms or would like to get tested, BISD will honor request. You must incubate for 3 days before taking a COVID test.
But it doesn't say that those 3 days are going to be covered. Yeah. Nope. And that's where it's wrong. Because they're not telling them that they're entitled to those 3 days there.
It's confusing. And
because there's some people that don't have those days.
Right.
And they're going to say, you know what? No.
I'm not going to take them.
Or they're going to go.
They're going to dock my pay, so I'm not going to take them.
Yep. And if they're possibly positive, then entonces, they're going to end up exposing somebody else. So this is why I wanted for us to have this conversation so I know what to take back and tell them, hey, you know what? The employees are not clear on this process. No. And this is why it goes back to communication that Dr. Gutierrez needs to work on, because that communication on these processes that he's putting into place is not being clear. Now,
not only that, Ida, the TEA public notice states that employees should be trained.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we're not.
Absolutely. It does say it on there. And this is another thing, check that he's not doing properly. Sorry. Comes from the top, guys.
Sorry, I'm going to put that off because it's a little bit frustrating.
Oh, it's a lot frustrating.
Let me
That's why you get the face of frustration.
Yeah.
But
Miss Mireles, her campus is Putenett Elementary. Excellent. So that means that it's going to other campuses. That
is awesome.
Very good to hear.
Yes.
Those are the forms you fill out at the doctor's office. The information you are allowing to be, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. I would like clarification on the Saturday academies. We were told that they are mandatory, that TEA is paying for them since we came in late into the school year.
What?
Are you serious?
Who told you that? Wow. No. So is that why they're telling you that they have to be face-to-face? Because we were asking for that to be virtual.
Yeah, I was not told this at my campus. So that's got to be a campus thing. So we need to know what campus that is.
Yeah.
We were told very
we can get your information.
We were told very specifically that it was optional because it's tutorial.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Saturday academies?
I'm assuming that's the Saturday tutorials, no? Is that what she means? Or is that a different type of
I don't know.
activity?
We need to know what that is, because Saturday tutorials is what we were told was optional. Now, I don't know what Saturday academies is. I don't know. I haven't heard of that. We need clarification on that.
Yes, please.
What is the resignation incentive? I might have to take them up on that.
It depends on your years of service that you've had with the district. It's up on the website. We'll see if we can try to get it onto our website, but it's on the HR website where it has the amount depending on your years of service with the district.
According to TA guidelines, all face-to-face students are supposed to be notified in writing if there is a positive case on the campus, yet they barely want to let the students exposed know.
Yeah.
And this is true. Does a negative test result require employees to report to work, or is protocol to work from home for a 3-day incubation period?
Does it require an employee to work? Well, you're entitled to the 3 days. I think it's because you're not able to go and test right away. You got to remember that you have to wait to go and test. If you were exposed today, you're not going to come out positive tomorrow. So that's why you do the 3-day incubation period.
She was not allowed to work during the incubation period. She was out on COVID leave right away. And that's what's happening, Ida.
Oh, they didn't give her, she was out on COVID
leave? They're not being given the 3 days. They're not. Okay. They're being told, you're going on COVID leave. That's it.
Wow. Okay. I can look into that. Try to if they can message us on what situation was that.
Yeah, Ms. Garcia, if you can send us a private message on Facebook so we can get more information about you. And of course, guys, as always, anything you say is going to be anonymous. We understand, that there's always a fear.
I know I'm getting so many messages on the phone. I can't keep up. I'm so sorry. If y'all are texting me, I can't.
So let me read a question. My husband tested positive. I tested negative and was told to quarantine at home. He retested on day 16 and still tested positive, but HR called me to go back to work. I explained to them that my husband is still sick, and they said, "That's okay. You're clear to work." Is this correct?
That is wrong.
It's just like it's a free for all, literally.
Yeah, that one, she's still exposed. But well, the thing is though, if she's exposed, because now she's getting exposed outside of work, so it's probably the reasons. I would have to get more details on that one, but it's probably because when she was exposed at work, yeah, that doesn't qualify anymore. ¿Me entiendes? They already gave her time for being exposed at work, so now they're probably seeing it as you're now exposed out there, so you're gonna have to take your own personal days.
But they're not telling her to take days. They're telling her to come back.
They're telling her to go back, and no, but she has the right to be out additional days. The question is, are you going to cover my days or not?
She's being told HR called me to go back to work, and they said it's okay. You're clear to work. Who cleared her?
Yeah. No.
I don't know. This is just crazy.
Tell that one to reach out.
It's on our Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you know? Hi, Miss Tanya. Do you know if there's several staff members at HR taking care of clearing teachers and staff to go back? I heard they're taking very long to clear, even when paperwork has been submitted.
Tanya, HR is backed up. Because there's been such an increase in the numbers. Unfortunately, they have been backed up. They are trying to get additional help for that. So please don't be frustrated with the staff that is helping at HR. You know, they're doing what they can, but it's just so many different processes to clear people and see what they qualify for. But they are very backed up.
And what if you get exposed twice? You only get 10 days one time, right? Yep, that's right. That is correct. We have another form that if you answer yes, you were exposed, you cannot go back to work even if negative. So it's all over the place, Ida, for real. Like
yeah,
it really
it's
is.
not. Yeah,
there are no set procedures in place. There are none.
You see, and what we were told was that when they revised this form on the 11th, that Dr. Gutierrez made sure to meet with all the principals and that he sat down and he went table by table, according to what he told some board members, to explain this process because principals were not being consistent across the board. So that is why we want to see, okay, did these principals that were now educated by Dr. Gutierrez on the proper process, did these principals take that back to the campuses and explain it to you all? But it doesn't sound like they did. It doesn't sound like they took this information and told you guys, hey, the flow chart has been revised. This is what is going to be in place now. And now we're all doing the same thing. And it doesn't sound like we're all doing the same thing todavía.
No. So. And the emails are coming from Mr. Moody.
Oh, so yeah.
It's just an email that comes in and you got to figure it out on your own. And you know, that PowerPoint is very confusing. Just the wording alone is like, what? Yes, no, what?
Yeah.
So
Mr. Moody is the one who sends out the emails because the superintendent is a very busy person and he cannot be sending out emails. I'm sorry. That was me being sarcastic and I take that back.
I know. So my husband is saying that we can give one of these as a door prize.
Oh, cool. Those hand sanitizers are good. You cannot drink it, people. It is actual hand sanitizer. So we'll do one of those.
Do not drink.
Awesome. So We are going on an hour and a half, so let's do some more. Have we gone through all the questions?
No,
So,
there's a lot. There's a lot. Let me
okay.
see. After this flowchart went out, the nurses who test got a lot of people wanting to be tested. Some were told they just, okay. Disappointing that yes, Manny.
Yeah, everybody's a doctor.
That is the new district initiative to regain credit in high school. Ms. Garcia, did the 10 COVID days go into effect right away? I think they're asking another person the question. And as of the pandemic isn't enough, some admins are bullying and abusing their power. We're still working on that. This is under new attendance incentive for the district, as it will count as ADA. This is extended day. Oh, this is not tutorial.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna have to look into that, Ida, because I hadn't heard about that at all. That the Saturday academies, I had not heard of that.
Wow. Yeah, I hadn't either. Now, I think maybe though on these where it went into the 10 days right away, because this 3-day incubation period has not been in place very long. So was it maybe that the 3-day incubation period came in to place when they started doing the testing inside the district, when the nurses started doing the testing? I'm wondering, was it after that? Because before that, then you would go right into the 10 days.
So I'm getting really confused because some people are saying Saturday Academy is to recover ADA. And then Ms. Sanchez is saying that Saturday academies, we were told, are mandatory from House Bill for all kinder, first, and sped and principal. It's 60-minute modules varying from. Okay, so Ms. Sanchez, that's the reading academy. That's the reading academy that we're having to take, and it's way more than 2 to 4. This is the reading academies, Ida, that are driving us crazy.
Yes, that's a different one.
Yeah, that's different. Okay, so I was getting confused. Like, wait, what? No. So Ms. Sanchez, that's the reading academy, and the Saturday academies. What they are saying is to recover ADA for the students that are absent.
Okay.
Absent reports can always be corrected. Do all teachers have to do Saturday Academy / tutorials?
No, they do not. You have the right to because it's supplemental. So you have the right to email them. I believe we covered this one on the last show. I believe it's DK Local, the policy that you can reference to when you email your immediate supervisor and you tell them that you are choosing not to do tutorials.
Wow. If you turn in a doctor's documentation and HR has approved 10 days, however, administration stated not to pay me the first day out and she got docked. If she had a question, to ask administration.
Not if you had the doctor excuse for COVID. You and HR also gave the approval. You cannot be docked. You're entitled to your 10 days, Ms. Ramirez. So let us know. They can still correct that if that was something that they did wrong at the campus. So email them and let them know that you're requesting for that to be corrected. Even submit the paperwork from HR where they approved your 10 days. You're entitled to your 10 days. So maybe they have to go back and correct that first day that you got docked. Next.
Academies are House Bill mandates. Told it is a state mandate. No stipend, no certificate. Maybe
that's the Reading Academy.
That's the Reading Academy. Yeah.
That is something that we are looking into on the Reading Academy to see if you can qualify or for them to have some type of professional development day for you guys, so you're not doing that on your own time. So we are trying to push for that as well.
It is because they are letting campuses make decisions. Some decisions are made by principals, some call main office. That's very true. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. It's a
And
free for all over the
this is
place.
yeah, this is where we need to get everybody on the same page, because it's not right. It's not fair if this principal thinks like, oh, it's no big deal and this and that, and then right next door you have a principal that empathizes with the staff as far as what they're going through. It's not fair to the staff. We have to be consistent on this. We're all in this pandemic, okay? The pandemic isn't just at campus so and so and not at the rest of the campuses. No.
Tutorials were included in
To that question, was there a question?
Oh, sorry. My principal is parroting what the soup says about how we're going back to normal. They are more than willing to expose us.
Yeah, this superintendent still thinks everything. He is so focused on that we're going. Everything's going to be back to normal. Everything is going to be okay. And now that the vaccine is coming out, con más ganas, it's going to be okay. But you know what? I mean, we can't put our guard down on this. We need to be careful. We still need to practice safety first.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I skipped that one too, right? Tutorials were included in our school calendar.
Sorry.
Sounds like a circus to me. Very sad.
Very much so.
But the COVID leave ends 12/31.
As of right now, it does. We're hoping right now they're working on all these different things for extensions and things like that. So we're hoping that comes to be, but we will see. But as of right now, yes, it does end on the 31st.
I had somebody messaging me asking me that question, and I did explain, that that's how the federal government has it set up right now. We do have a new president coming in, so that may change. He may set it up a different way when he comes in, but as of now, that is how it is set up. Consistency question mark a million times.
Yeah, that's my problem right there. There's no consistency, and that's what we're going to push for that. It has to be consistent, and people need to be held accountable if they're not practicing these protocols that are supposed to be in place.
Yeah. Yes, unless this new stimulus bill includes more funding for that.
That's right.
Yeah, so we're hoping for a positive change, guys. We're hoping for a positive change.
My earrings are so shiny.
So are mine. I have little Santas or snowmen or something. You're literally skipping all my questions and comments. There was a period of time where I skipped a whole group of information because Miss Ida asked me to go to the very bottom. So I'm not sure what the question was, but if you can post it again, that would be great.
Sorry.
They don't explain because they don't want to educate us on the process. They want us in the dark. The less you know, the better for them.
And we cannot be okay with that, guys. We need to ask the questions. We need to continue right here. We need to continue to speak up and not stay silent on this. They need to get the message that we're not okay with it. Yeah, that was talked about at the board meeting.
They're talking about the Saturday academies.
Oh, okay.
Is this where you get to ask the questions on YouTube itself? Because my comments were totally being ignored. No comments are being ignored. I just scrolled all the way down to a question and then lost my place.
I think where the problem is with the comments is that some of them are because it's streamed on different things. It has it on YouTube. It has it on Facebook as well. And then through Facebook, it's shared on different pages. So people comment on the different platforms. So not all the comments get there, because sometimes I have gone back and I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't see this question. But it was because they put that question on one of the shared platforms. So, okay. And then plus the fact that you skipped to the bottom. I'm sorry. So hopefully we'll get to it. Just put your question again. We apologize. Yeah.
The reading academies are mandatory for all grade levels. They're going to be mandatory for all grade levels. They're doing them in phases, and so this year it's pre-kinder, kinder, first, and special ed, and then next year it'll be, I believe it's going to be second and third, and then the following year it'll be fourth and fifth. It's I think the state TEA is requiring it for elementaries, if I'm not mistaken. Did you discuss this already? BISD requests TEA to extend virtual learning after holidays. If so, my apologies. Very briefly, Manny. So I did mention how we had put the press conference that Mr. Cortez
Oh, yeah.
spearheaded in reference to all the superintendents getting together in the lower valley in region 1 to request the flexibility to be able to make any adjustments after the holidays based on the COVID numbers and cases in our area. But there has not been we haven't been given a confirmation on the what came out of that. But they did, all the superintendents did sign, and it was submitted to the Commissioner of Education. Admin was absent with me.
I know. I'm sorry.
Back to another one that I skipped. I
don't know. Estoy bien perdida.
Sounds like attendance recovery. The Saturday academies. That's what it sounds like. The problem is that maybe the principals do bring the info back to campus to the teachers, but not to the classified. Usually the faculty staff meetings are only for the teachers. As a paraprofessional, I am not invited to the faculty meetings, so we really do not get much info around. Only if a teacher wants to share info with us.
That is very true. I'm going to make a note of that. And I'm so sorry you're hearing all those chimes, right? Can you hear it? I'm so sorry. There's like a lot of messages coming in.
Are we going to get COVID vaccines through the district?
No, not at this point. That's a very interesting question. I mean, right now, I think, what did they say? That they moved educators one level up, right? Was that correct?
We were at level 4. I don't know if I haven't checked.
I think that they had said that they moved them up to a level 3, or they're going to. But at this point right now, it's still kind of like so far down the line that I don't know how they're going to handle that yet. So that would be interesting. We're hoping to move educators even further up. Yeah, so that it did make a difference of all of those what Ruben Cortez was doing as far as reaching out to the governor about that. So we're hoping that it does come to be, and to give them that option, and hopefully move it up for those who are wanting the vaccine.
He wants to meet in person with the city when the city has been doing viral meetings. Good luck with that. Oh, the superintendent. That's right, Miss Ida. You tell them. You girls should do this kind of form to send out to members with an observation form for how we all think the board members are doing so far, like the one the principals do for us. I think we did talk about that, right? Like doing a climate survey.
For us to send out to the members?
Yes. I think we had talked about that with Micaela, about talking about sending out a survey on how the members feel the board is, well, it was the previous board when we were talking about it, but we can talk about it with the new one also. You all told me you would contact me to exit TVEA, and for 2 weeks I've been waiting.
Oh, okay. That's that gentleman. Okay. They didn't contact him? Okay. Let me call actually the secretary right now and see what's going on.
And on your part, you all didn't follow up with me. No consistency. Please follow through, ladies.
Let me check.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
That's it. That's the last comment.
Oh, that's the last comment. Okay.
Thumbs up. Yes.
We will check on that one, Emilio. I don't know what happened there. They had told me they were going to check with you. So I will check on that one.
Sorry, but going back to the 3 days of working from home, does this apply to manual trades as well?
Yes, it does, actually. Even though if you were exposed at work, you qualify for those 3 days. Okay. So you have to submit it. Even if you weren't on the that close contact list, you do qualify for those 3 days of incubation. Okay. But you have to, state your case as to why you feel you were exposed. You can't just like out of nowhere just say, oh, okay, I felt whatever and this and that. Okay, so state your case to them in case you were not on the close contact list. But it's all employees. They qualify for that 3-day incubation period. So what we're going to push for is that they do clarify the process of this, because obviously the employees are not aware of what they're entitled to.
Yeah, I mean, what they're going to say is they're going to say that it was sent to everybody, and it was. But you can't read that and understand that completely. Like that is, it's very wordy, and it's confusing. That's not something that's clear that I would be able to just read, and I'm an educated person, that I would be able to read and just be like, oh, okay, I understand what that means.
Mm-hmm.
It's too confusing.
Correct. So let's do some door prizes so we can finish this up.
Being that working from home for me. Okay. All right, Miss Ida, are you ready?
I am ready. Let's put the wheel back on.
It's on.
So now let's see which ones are next. Hold on. We are now going to get into the big ones. We're going to do the $100. $100 from Amazon. Spin the wheel. So $100 from Amazon. Goes to Ana Gonzalez. All right. Okay, so congratulations, Ana. So now we're going to do $100 from HEB, and the rest we are going to do tomorrow night. So from here after this, you still have the opportunity to register again and submit another letter to the governor. If you do that, we will still get, tomorrow night, we will give out, let's see, it's a $50 Amazon card. It is a $100 Amazon card that will be given out tomorrow. So all you have to do is do another letter to the governor after our show finishes, and you go into that drawing. Okay, guys? So let's do the last one of tonight, which is a $100 gift card from HEB. So let's spin it.
Spin that wheel.
And here it goes.
And there it went.
Jesus
Vasquez. Jesus Vasquez. Congratulations.
Awesome.
And congratulations to everybody that won tonight.
Yeah. So that was awesome. We will be, someone will be reaching out to you about this. And, oh, we got the hand sanitizer. That's right. Let's go ahead and do that one. Let me see. Go ahead and do one more spin. Sorry about that. It's been a very long day. And spin it. Jason Villarreal.
Jason Villarreal. We will be contacting you so we can get together and get you this sanitizer.
Jason, they'll probably take it to your campus tomorrow and leave it at the front office, okay? So you guys are going to be at the campus tomorrow. Y'all have early release or?
Early dismissal, yeah.
Okay, so I'll have them take it to your campus tomorrow. And so, wow, that was good. Yay.
Great night. Great.
Yes. So, in closing, I want to thank everybody for everything that they do out there. It's been amazing to hear some of these stories of how difficult it's been, but yet how strong you guys have been, in putting up with all of this and fighting through this, the long hours that y'all have been doing, this thing of grading all night and turning in grades in the morning. I mean, I was just blown away with all that information that I was getting today. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank you guys for your commitment of what you do for BISD, what you do for all those students, and through all these difficulties, how you still manage to have a positive attitude, as far as, coming across with a positive attitude to these students. So you manage to put on a smile on your face and be there for these students that are going through this pandemic as well, and a lot of difficulties that they're facing at home. So I thank you guys. I really hope you find some time to recharge your batteries during this 2-week break. Take some time for yourself. Try to take care of yourselves, and enjoy some of the wonderful blessings that you have around you. So thank you for everything, and we will be in contact, especially the winners of tonight. And we hope that you get to enjoy this prize, and you get to treat yourself with something for you. So thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much to all of you that joined us. Thank you for those that stayed on with us this whole time. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the information, because without those kinds of things, our organization wouldn't be what it is. So we thank you for those of you that are informing us. We thank you for all the questions, because if we don't find the answers, if we don't have the answers, we're going to look for them, and we'll be able to help more people. So thank you for all of that. I do also want to say that we know how hard it has been. There is a lot of loss that has happened, as far as people losing loved ones. So this holiday, I just ask that you pray for those that have lost a loved one, because it is going to be a very difficult time for them, because this would be their first holiday without. And so just keep them in your thoughts and in your prayers, and let's be good to each other. And I hope that you have a very safe and happy holiday. Like Ida said, shut it down, guys. Just shut it down. Take time to take care of yourself and be with your families and your dogs, because they need our attention too.
Yes.
Ay, ay, ay. So thank you so much again for joining us tonight, and we hope to see you in 2 weeks, when we're after, no, 1, 2, 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Be safe, and have a good holiday, guys. Thank you so much. Good night.